Yeah, there is a little bit of a stream delay, of course, so unfortunately, it'll take a couple extra minutes because of that delay. However, we are back up and running, so we are heading into Volskaya Industries. I think we're going to see a little bit of the same old brawl. I think we're going to see Reinhardt's on both sides. The supporting cast for those rides, however, might be a little bit different on both teams. Historically, so far in this series, we have seen those, Zarya versus Diva matchups, etc., etc.
Absolutely. So taking a look at both of these teams, the CQ1 and Skies matchup is definitely one to be looking at. I've had a complete enjoyment as a Reinhardt player myself, taking a look at these guys and how they're posturing to not only protect their teams and get them where they need to go, but really putting in that damage and laying down the hammer when necessary. So taking a look at the compositions coming out from Riot onto the attack. The covert op is going to be going onto that Tracer, and Sunday on New Haven is going to be back on that Diva and the traditional brawl for New Haven.
Yes, absolutely. The traditional brawl here from New Haven. UNew Haven, I should say. Of course, Halen on the McCree, which we have seen him on all day so far. Megalodon as well on the May. Both sides, of course, with that Bap Lucio, as we've seen most of today. Both these teams just gonna kite a little bit. This 4-on-3 Riot is just staying around this corner.
Waiting
Grant
for
is
covert
gonna
op to
take
get
a
in
little bit
position.
of, yeah, they're just waiting for that covert op to get behind onto this high ground to try to take that away. There's the wall that can come over the Megalodon. Is going to catch a few members out, but Skies will stay up due to Icy's Immortality Field. That's huge. They are going to kite some of this damage and get some health back up here. Skies is going to go lowing, he's going to get stunned, and he is going to go down, and just like that, that's a lot of push power that you just don't have, and now 4-3 Riot's going to have to back up.
Yeah, 4-1-3 Riot waiting long enough to where the Megalodon could get not only one wall off, but two onto Skies. And whenever you commit Immortality Field, the cooldowns there just don't add up. So the Megalodon was able to put that second wall down onto Skies and basically get him for free.
Yeah, that's very true. Halen as well with a beautiful flashbang is able to stun him up, able to put him down. There's the Blizzard, a very early Blizzard from the Megalodon. He's going to catch a couple in it, and they're just going to be able to clean up this objective. That is a quick fight win for UNew and Varsity.
Sky's trying to pick up some last-minute ult charge, and it looks like covert op also trying to meet his maker before resetting.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
coming into the next fight, New Haven is going to be having the Shatter. Sunday with the Diva self-destruct and Halen on the high noon. We've seen great high noons coming out from Halen. I'm interested to see how he can use this one to break apart Ryan's attack.
Well, there's a window and the Shatter is going to catch 3 for 4-3 Havoc. It's huge. There's a couple picks going their way. The bomb is from Sunday, is going to catch Baritone, and Halen is going to get Skies, but it's just not enough because 4-3 Riot. Oh, and as I say that, it is in fact a 3-on-2 on this objective. Megalodon's going to go down, and all that's left is a baby Diva in Sunday. Will get covert up, but he's against 2. And Icy and DJ Pickle, and the two of them left to their own devices to capture this objective. It doesn't look like UNew and Varsity is going to try to recontest this.
Yeah, not at all. It'd be a fool's errand going up against the dynamic duo of DJ Pickle and Icy. And it looks like New Haven will be setting up for that second point, with Sunday setting up for posturing to protect the high ground, which definitely should be there. CQ1 setting up in the main choke. Halen playing behind that. The simple front to back kind of scenario here. But the Megalodon, this could be an interesting bait with the Diva mech going down, but it looks like they'll just run right through the wall.
There's the window, there's the grab from Grant, but the Blizzard is huge. Catches 4 in it, everyone is frozen up as Halen is just going to clean up headshot after headshot. Skies goes down, covert up goes down, Grant goes down. DJ Pickle soon to follow as well. As a few ults there used from 4-1-3 Riot. And now, the only one to speak of is DJ Pickle's tire.
Yeah, both beats going down, as well as Megalodon's Blizzard. both high noons coming out from both teams. It was just a perfect mirror, really. But it looks like New Haven was able to come out on top with Halen's after his ultimate's damage straight going into the heads of 413 Riot.
Yeah, there's the stun from Halen on Disguise. Is not quite gonna catch him out. But made him go very low. And there's the UNew Haven Varsity just holding up this high ground nicely. There's the window gonna come up from Icy, but is anyone gonna be able to capitalize because both tanks are just trying to push through it. But that's gonna give them the high ground area. As now they're gonna try to pincer these tanks in, but Grant, he's trapped, and he's gonna get pinned by CQ1. The Shadow not gonna catch anyone from Skies, but the tire's huge. DJ Pickle's gonna catch 2. As well as Covert Op is gonna get the Megalodon, but isn't enough because these respawns are just so close. To the side of UNew Haven Varsity, Icy's in a lot of trouble, and he's gonna go down to Halen as well. Covert Op with a kill on the G-Cons, but it's just not enough because Halen, as he gets another kill, that's gonna force 413 Riot back into spawn. They've got 2 minutes to go.
Halen absolutely popping in this scenario, making perfect use of all of his defensive positions, not allowing Kodov to get any sort of off angles onto his team, contesting him at every chance, and he will have the high noon going into this fight. I would definitely be looking out for his use of that.
Yeah, definitely gotta be looking out for that. Now they're just gonna take this high ground area. As look, 4-3 Riot, they're gonna try to just speed right to the point, but the Blizzard is gonna catch Grant back. That's so unfortunate. The Immortality Field's gonna try to keep him up, but the pin is just gonna take him right out of it. As now there's no Zarya to speak of. Skies is gonna go down as well. DJ Pickle is gonna catch a couple of kills, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. Because as many picks as you can get, if the picks are even, they're just not gonna go your way on attack on 2CP. The respawns are just too close. 4-3 Riot, they have to back up once again.
4-3 Riot with a
stagger.
minute and 15 seconds with the stagger onto Icy. It's going to make it extremely difficult for them to come back into this. Grant with the Graviton Surge. Icy with the window. Might be able to make something happen. New Haven having 5 ultimates. 5 ultimates to deal with. Megalodon using the Blizzard in the last fight, but they are keeping everything for this last push, and then they will make it an absolute uphill battle to make it to the point. This guy's going in by himself looking for his
Shadow. Not gonna catch anything. There's the Deadeye from Halen. Also not gonna get anything. But Halen will go down to Covert Up. There's the Shatter. He's gonna get Baritone, but is he gonna go down? Yes, to CQ1's charge. There's another couple of ults coming out from the side of UNew Haven. They have the Diva Bomb. That's about it. But there's only 30 seconds left on the clock for the side of 4-3 Riot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit close for them to make it to the point on time. I don't think they have anything mobile enough except for their Lucio, which is all the way back in spawn. They have 10 seconds to touch the point with the wall still available for the Megalodon. I don't see them. I don't believe so. Oh, the Baritone on a mission.
No,
they get stunned.
The stun is absolutely massive. And well, on the back of that, no takes acquired for the side of 403 Havoc. That is a big 0% capture progress. Was that Halen with the massive stun on the Baritone there?
It was definitely.
That was absolutely fantastic. He even tried to beat himself onto the point. That got canceled because he wasn't able to touch the objective due to that massive stun. And now, one objective was captured by 4-3 Riot, but nothing else to speak of.
And it's not like 413 Riot really did not try. They gave it their absolute best, and I can't fault them for that. But it just looks like Halen is having a good day. There's not much else to say whenever you can just click heads. So it's really quite unfortunate for the Riot roster. But taking a look at what they're going to be doing for defense, Riot in response is going to be running the Baptiste and Mercy combo. Probably going to be giving a lot of damage onto Covert Op and relying on his ability to just frag out. The Mercy Pocket into this sort of duel between Halen and Covert Op could swing the tides in favor of Riot if they can take out their kind of #1 performing player at this point, and then Icy making sure that the front line is still intact.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's gonna be an uphill battle here for 4-3 Riot. They're gonna have to pull off a hell of a defense here if they want to keep themselves alive in this series. It's dire straits from them. Skies was forced to abandon that high ground and will go down for it. That's punishment right there. And now the freeze from the Megalodon is just going to rain down on the enemy. That's going to be what looks like a very quick first point take to the side of UNew and Varsity. As the only player left on this objective is Covert off. He will go down. And well, that's point number 1. Now taken by UNew and Varsity. And well, 4-3 Riot, they can no longer win this map. They're going to have to hope for a draw. And they're going to have to hope pretty hard because it's going to be an uphill battle. They've got 6 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, that is 6 minutes in order to hold this absolute juggernaut of a team, with CQ1 leading the charge, almost having a shatter at 30% till. They might take a dry fight here, aka no ultimates used, just to get that perfect advantage. They don't need to win it by much, they just need to win it enough to get a tick. The immortality coming down as well as the amplification matrix. But DJ Pickle responds with the Blizzard, freezing G-Cons.
Yeah,
and the Riot
going down, Megalodon going down as well. UNew and Varsity, they're going back to spawn, but I don't think they really mind because they have 5 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock, and they are coming up on 5 ultimates.
If you really look at the economy of this, Islander trading 1 amplification matrix for the Blizzard, really, I believe that that's worth it. But let's see how it pans out with CQ1 coming in with the shatter. Halen approaching his high noon, and they are taking the high ground in order to stage their attack on at this point.
Yeah, taking this high ground up here. Look, they've got 5 ults here. They've got the shatter, they've got the bomb, they've got the Deadeye, they've got Blizzard, they have got beat. The only ult they don't have is that window, which can be charged up extremely quickly. Things not looking good for 4-3 Riot. There's the Blizzard gonna come up from the Megalodon as well as the bomb. They're gonna catch 3! Sunday is massive with 3. The Megalodon and him going to combine for 3 kills. Halen with the Deadeye. There's the grab coming off from Grant, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough because Halen catches another kill as well as Sunday, and that is 1 tick acquired. UNew Varsity, they take Volskaya and they take the series.
Wow, an absolute wonderful showing of Overwatch today. Could not be happier from both teams. But unfortunately for 4-1-3 Riot, University of New Haven will come out victorious. Let's take a look at this Sunday bomb. Just standing there waiting for that beautiful play to take effect.
That is massive. That's a Blizzard. That is a bomb. And, well, you are extremely sad if you're the enemy team. Because that's 3 members automatically gone. And, of course, Halen able to follow up with a couple kills. That's all she wrote. UNew Varsity. They have won this series. They won it 3-1. And they're going to equalize that loss from last week. They're going to go up to 1-1 in the standings. On the other end of things, 4-3 Riot. They're sitting down at 0-2. So they're going to have to figure something out. And hopefully they can come back a little bit stronger next week and pull off a W.
Yeah, absolutely. 4-1-3 Riot down, but again, not out. This is still just the standard season for this particular tournament. So there's still a potential for 4-1-3 Riot to get some more points on the board and just get that chance to be in the playoffs of this particular tournament. So, University of New Haven, very impressed. Octave, what do you think? Well, let's start bringing up the idea of who do we think really led this team to victory today. What are your thoughts on MVP?
Well, the MVP, I gotta say, it could go to a lot of different people here. Both these DPS going absolutely crazy. Halen, the Megalodon as well. Sunday had a couple fantastic bombs. A couple of 3-pieces with those ultimates. They had one on Busan, and of course the one we just saw on Volskaya. But that can't be understated. CQ1, the man. He was hitting shatters left and right. The guy leading his team. And, well, I gotta say, it could go to a lot of different players on this team. Of course, I gotta shout out the supports as well. Being a support player myself, Islander was fantastic in that series as well, keeping everyone up. So I gotta ask you, Beryl, you gotta narrow it down for me. Who do you think? Who do you think should get this MVP?
You know, I really like highlighting the other roles in this sort of situation. I am biased in that sense, and I won't lie about it. But I've got to give it to Halen this time around. Halen was an absolutely consistent powerhouse and a haymaker coming in from University of New Haven. Whether he was on the Hanzo or if he was pulling out fantastic high noons as McCree. If we remember going back to the first game of this series, whenever they were in the downtown section of Busan, he was able to get that double kill with that high noon and keep his standings on the point in order to win that map for his team. As well as we just saw in Volskaya an absolute an absolute convincing victory because of his abilities. And I got to give it to him. His McCree play, absolutely cracked.
Yeah, I gotta say I agree with you. So, that will be our MVP for today, and hopefully we can get that man in here for an interview, a short post-game interview. Of course, we did have those interviews at the beginning before the match started, and here we are, the man himself, Halen. Thank you for coming out today and doing an interview with us.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Congrats on your win, of course, as well. A pretty tough opponent. Wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a blowout by any means, but how do you feel after that win?
It's good, especially after last week. It felt a lot. I felt really good to come back and take a W.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, good on you guys for sure. I gotta ask, we did give you the MVP today. However, a lot of players on you guys' team played absolutely fantastic today. If there was anyone in particular, would you be able to give some shout outs to your teammates here? Who do you think played really well on your team?
Oh, for just one, if I had to pick like just one, I'd say
You
Sunday.
can you can give shout outs to whoever you want here.
Then it'd end up being
As
everybody.
many as you want.
It'd be like everybody then.
And
uh,
anyone like specifically though?
Sunday, just because he's our shot caller and he definitely keeps the team together a lot of the time, especially if like we're not playing well.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. You always got to have a leader like that. Beryl, do you have any questions for the man?
Yeah, Halen, I gotta say, man, I said it before, and I'll say it again for you, so you know you can listen to it twice in the VOD. Your McCree was cracked tonight, and an absolutely good performance under pressure. And I just wanted to say, your high noon placements were not only aggressive, but they were also very calculated. So whenever you're making those plays, do you have Sunday in your ear, kind of telling you to just go for it, or was there a little bit of instinct in there? Like, what set you up for these really fight winning ultimates?
It's not really anybody telling me to do it. It's more so me just like stay away from the tanks and try to get the people that I can actually get with the high noon easily.
Okay, okay. So going back to the gameplay at Busan, whenever you stole that point from 413 Riot at the end there after exchanging, it was Covert Ops High Noon, and then you decided to say, well, mine's better, and then get those extra two. Was that just kind of a last ditch effort, or did you believe that you actually you knew what you were doing? You had that chance.
A little bit of both. It was kind of just do whatever I can to try and keep the point, try and get us the win. It was mostly just like get it out there and don't like waste it.
Absolutely. And so, my last final thing to you is, what do you have to say for any of the other prospective teams that are watching the stream tonight? And what do you got to say on the side of University of New Haven?
Don't count us out. Just because we're new doesn't mean we're bad. We can definitely put up a fight.
Good,
Well,
good.
well said. All right, thank you so much, sir. And you go ahead and celebrate the rest of tonight with your team on a well fought victory. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah, you too.
All right. Absolutely wonderful. Great interview there as well. Before we leave for you today, I would like to go over a couple things. First of all, I'd like to go over the standings. Of course, here we do have 4-3 Nightshade. They've got 2 victories under their belt. And, well, new now, we've got UNew Haven Varsity. They are sitting pretty at 1-1 now. Of course, 4-3 Riot down at the bottom with that 0-2 record, unfortunately. But the season is still young. It is only week 2 right now. So, plenty more games for all these teams to play. Plenty of room to come back from any losses. And now, looking at the fixtures for this week, of course, we just saw UNew Haven Varsity go up against 4-3 Riot. Earlier this week, 4-3 Nightshade took down UAH Charger Blue in a 5-map thriller, I should say. And, of course, later today, we have 4-3 Havoc going up against 4-3 Catalyst. So, that is going to be we're giving that to you guys extremely shortly. So don't even leave. The night is not over yet. We are just about halfway through today. That being said, do you have any closing remarks here, Beryl?
Yeah, just one more thing about the fixtures. We have the Potatoes and Batted Overwatch match tomorrow, as well as Ascent versus WVU Mountaineers. And then going into the next match, we're going to be having, again, 4-1-3 Havoc versus 4-1-3 Catalyst coming up to you guys soon. So in the meantime, you guys go take a nice, well-deserved break, and then we will see you guys in about, I'd say, 5 minutes.
Going into a quick intermission. We will see you guys on the other side of that. Do not leave. Welcome one, welcome all. We are back. I am Octave. My colleague over here is down the barrel, and after a pretty exciting 4-1-3 Riot versus UNew Haven Varsity, we have our second match of the day. Our all 4-1-3 match for today. A lot of pride behind this one. We got 4-1-3 Havoc going up against 4-1-3 Catalyst. Of course, very early on in the season, all these teams trying to establish themselves as the best, and this match is an integral one. This is going to be a match that really establishes both of these two teams in terms of where they are in the standings. So, well, this is going to be an exciting one. What do you think, Barrel?
Absolutely. And being from 413 and meeting with a lot of these guys, playing with a lot of them, I can tell you this is not going to be a easy match for either team. They are going to be neck and neck, and I cannot wait to see what pulls out from either team. We can get into a little more specifics later, but in the meantime, just taking a look at who to watch out for. I'm personally going to be looking at Me98. His Reinhardt play is going to be um, really, really well. And taking a look at Midnight Mare's play, as well as on the side of Havoc, taking a look at Dacus and Croissant coming in with the clutch DPS plays.
Yeah, very true. But before we go into any of that, we are going to do a couple of pregame interviews just like we did at the beginning of last match. The first of which, representing 413 Havoc, of course, will be Jumppenny himself. So, we will get him in here any second to give a couple of thoughts, of course. Hopefully we can get that man in here sooner rather than later, of course. But yeah, this one, it's going to be exciting. It's all 4-1-3. We did see 4-1-3 Nightshade go up against 4-1-3 Havoc. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the only all 4-1-3 game we have seen so far. So a lot on the line on this one.
I believe that Nightshade actually went up against 413 Riot at the first point, and that's what set them back into the game that they actually put in today.
All right,
If I'm not mistaken.
wonderful. We have got Jumppenny here, the main
Hey.
tank for 4-1-3 Havoc, the Giga Chad main tank himself.
Yes, I like it.
I've got a couple of questions to ask you today. The first of which, so last week you guys took a victory in an absolute thriller against WVU Mountaineers. Those guys are the reigning champions. Those guys are not easy to take down. So what's you guys' plan for today to try to keep that momentum going?
Well, at the end of the day, we had to give them 2 maps because, they're a good team. And at the end of the day, we want our competition to have harder teams to play against. So we just figured by giving them those 2 maps, they'd have a bit more confidence going into their next matchup. So good luck to them. But yeah, I mean, mostly, I just think we're gonna roll.
Oh, the confidence! I absolutely love it. So have you guys done, special preparations, any special research?
Nah,
going up against 4-1-3 Catalyst? No.
nah, that would be giving them pretty high praise. So I don't think we really need to do any of that.
Jumppenny,
Yeah.
a little bit very confident here.
Thank you.
Those are some bold words.
Thank you.
Last but of course not least, is there anything you'd like to say to the members of 4-1-3 Catalyst? We have Rad coming in here just after you to give it his perspective from the side of 4-1-3 Catalyst.
Rad?
So is there anything you want to say to him before you guys go into this game?
Good luck, have fun. You know what? I was once told in life that if I didn't have anything nice to say, I probably shouldn't say much at all. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, I'm very, very confident. We're gonna see if that is going to if that's going to work out for them. Which, of course, these cocky words, I would say, I think they're pretty confident that it will work out in their favor. That being said, thank you very much for giving your input here, Jumppenny. And
Thank you.
good luck in your game today.
Thank you.
Right. And on the other end of things, 4-3 Catalyst, we are going to have Rad coming in here any second now. There he is.
Hello, hello, Mr. Rad, representing the 413 Catalyst team. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. So, got a few questions today just to kind of get the things started. So, what kind of preparation have you and your team gone through preparing for this match? And in general, do you have any goals for the tournament as a whole?
Goals for the tournament are obviously to win, but you know that speaks for itself. Today's who are we playing?
It is going to be 413 Havoc.
4-3 who?
Message received, loud and clear.
4-3 never heard of. Oh wait, is that the team with what's his name? Jump Dollar or something? Jump Penny. That's it.
There you go. You were well informed.
Yeah. No, good kid. What's he doing in this tournament? I thought he was silver. No, but I've actually seen their match. They're all jokes aside, they're a decent team. Obviously we're gonna win this, but you know we may if we feel like it, we may give them a map, maybe even two. We want to try and make the we want to have a show and put up a show and make it a little bit more interesting for the viewers as well.
Absolutely. And so going up against 413 Havoc, you say that they're a decent team, but do you have any strategies going up against them? What are the keys to victory for specifically your team or in regards to 413 Havoc?
We have a couple of things up our sleeve, not specifically for Havoc. We know that Havoc is we know what Havoc is good at, and we know what they're not so good at. So we're gonna take advantage of that in every way possible.
Okay.
So I absolutely expect to win here.
All right, expecting to win. That's the confidence you need in order to get this kind of dub. And now, the last question I have for you today is: whenever you have those bragging rights, let's say you do take this series, who are you going to be most excited to show the bragging rights off to on the Havoc roster?
Who I'm most excited about showing the bragging rights? Well, an easy answer would be Jump Benny, but the kid just came out of silver, so I'm not gonna go there. It's probably just everyone. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and flex in front of all of them.
Well done, well done. All right, sir. Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck on your match today.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Good luck to Havoc and you guys as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. That being said, a little bit of smack talk going around. I thought Jump Penny would be the one to sort of bring most of that energy, but then Rad came in and just smack talked the hell out of 413 Havoc, and I am absolutely here for it. Nothing quite like a little bit of less than friendly banter before going into this all 413 match.
Yeah, taking a look at both of these representatives of their teams, they're ready to win, and they're ready to show why they're in this tournament.
Yeah, very true. Every team wants to try to establish themselves on the top of the leaderboard. Both of these teams in a position to do so. Both of them 1-0, both of them coming off of victories. One of them, however, being a 3-0, the other a 3-2. However, 413 Havoc did go up against WVU Mountaineers, them being the reigning champions. So, a 3-2 victory is pretty impressive from them. So, I would not be surprised to see a very close match today, and we're starting this one off on Oasis.
Yes, an Oasis City Center, no less. Taking a look at this particular section of the map, it really offers for a lot of diversity in the way that you can play, especially just taking it straight to point and going ring around the rosy in the particular circular structure, or taking it to the high ground and setting up for a couple of engages to drop onto your opponents. But taking a look at the compositions coming out from Havoc, it is going to be the traditional brawl, except instead of a Mei, we're going to have Croissant on his signature Reaper, as well as Catalyst coming out with the Reaper of their own, with Wizard Beast
Complete mirror.
flexing that. The
I
complete
will
mirror.
say it's a little bit odd. We are seeing Hawkshaw on the Reinhardt, typically known as an off tank. Me98 typically known as a main tank. So a little bit odd that they are going to be switching roles a little bit here. We're going to see how that works out for them as both teams are going to drop out onto this point. They do have an exact mirror match. So whichever team takes the initiative here is going to end up taking the W. Both these teams just kind of kiting. Both Reapers trying to put some damage with Bang. Look at him, he's so low. He's going to have to go get a health back. There's a lot of damage gone just for right now. There's the Mortality Field from Big Juice. Going to try to keep everyone up, and he will. But members of both teams getting rather low. Both the Mortality Fields are down, and Jump Penny's going to be the first casualty, as he's going to go down to Hawkshaw on that Reinhardt. And now, both teams battling it out on point, as Croissant's going to go down as well. As Catalyst, they're going to try their best to clean up this objective. That Game Boy is going to try to take refuge on top of this point, but it just will be for naught, as he's going to get knocked out of his mech, most likely staggered here.
Yeah, Catalyst actually taking an interesting path, playing towards the Mega and the Streets side of this particular map. It kind of allowed Hawkshaw to get in a position to where Jumppenny was forced to drop and not only lost his life for it, but really gave the advantage.
There's Hawkshaw with the Shatter, not going to catch anything with the Shatter the other way, is going to catch Midnight Mare. Will be able to use that beat to keep everyone up. Now they're going to push in. That's a lot of space they can take as of right now. Catalyst is just moving forward, Bang. Gonna go down to Wizard Beast. Wizard Beast was another one on a Croissant. Wizard Beast, I should mention, is one of the newest members to this squad. A lot of the members of this team go way back. Very experienced team. Wizard Beast, the newest member of this squad, so we're gonna see how he can fit in here.
And we shall be taking a look at that Death Blossom that could drop from any time. Behind it coming out from Synox. Wizard Beast setting up on the top. Watch for that Death Blossom drop. Straight onto the team.
Game Boy. Rad's Immortality Field is down. Dino is going to get a kill. Wizard Beast another one. Croissant, however, is going to catch 3 in the back line, but he will eventually go down. As 4 and 3 Catalyst, there's only 3 members left alive, but that is more than what can be said for Havoc, because they currently have no one alive. What? That Game Boy actually got Dino? And that Game Boy got P38 too? What? He got the D-Mech as well. The baby D-Mech just putting in work somehow.
Havoc absolutely wanting to jump on this advantage. The beat coming in from Dacus. Jumpity coming in with the charge. The Immortality is out for Rad. High Noon zoning off the point from Bang.
The flip is going to go the way of Havoc, though, so they're going to get some capture percentage. However, this fight is not quite over as Hawkshaw, he's got the Shatter, and he's looking to use it. Jumpany doesn't quite have it yet. There's the window from Rad. It's going to keep everyone at bay. Everyone's going to have to kite that. There's the bomb coming out as well from Me98. Shatter not going to catch a whole lot, but Dacus is going to go down to the bomb. Rad shattered, though. As picks are going both ways. It's 2 against 2. That Game Boy is going to catch a kill on the Hawkshaw as well. Only 3 members alive for the side of 4 and 3 Catalyst, and they have to back up. 4 and 3 Havoc, they've got 30% on this objective.
Yeah, Havoc is actually holding on exceptionally well here, with Croissant leading the charge with that Reaper. Jumpini and that Game Boy are actually not very close to their ultimates, but Croissant is going to be leaning on that Death Blossom to get into the backline of Catalyst. Catalyst taking the high ground from Bang and that Game Boy. They're going to be forced to drop here.
1-3 Catalyst, they're going to take this high ground. They're going to take the jump pad. And look at all this high ground possession they have, and Havoc is going to have to go on the other side of this this pillar. Catalyst is going to have to drop on him, but Bang gets caught out. That's a huge kill. But Sino's going to go down as well to Dacus. Some beautiful headshots. Is going to shut down the Deadeye through the window, no less. There's the beat from Midnight Mare. She's going to try to keep everyone up from her team. But Croissant is just cleaning up as Dacus and Jump Penny as well going to get picks. Croissant just cleaning up with massive damage onto Rad and Me98 here.
Yeah, Croissant using that Death Blossom as efficiently as he could. Really putting pressure onto Catalyst to make sure that they know that he is a threat and he is here. Looks like Hawkshaw is taking up the main and just going to be looking for a desperate touch here. The shadow comes down onto that Game Boy. The reverse shadow from Jump Penny. Rad barely getting out the immortality field.
There's the bomb coming up from that Game Boy. Not going to catch anyone, but it's going to zone everyone off. But Havoc is just getting kills. Look at this. Kill after kill. They're at 99%. Overtime is ticking down. Me98 is down. Is anyone going to be able to touch? Midnight Mare trying her best to get on the objective, but it's just for naught. Because 4-3 Havoc, they take point number 1. And, well, that's a pretty good statement from them early.
I agree. There was an interesting swap, as you mentioned, between Hawkshaw and Me98. As far as I was aware, Me98 was definitely the Reinhardt extraordinaire on Catalyst, but it looks like Hawkshaw maybe trying to fight for his namesake here and say, you know what, I can play the big German hammer swinging man too. So we'll see how that plays out for him. The more traditional brawl coming out from Catalyst, and then as well as the Reaper still staying for Havoc, and that Reaper could deal just enough damage to keep that frontline battle in Havoc's favor.
Yeah, very true. The Reaper has been absolutely just fantastic for 4-3 Havoc so far. Croissant, of course, getting the MVP of the game. Last match for them on that Reaper specifically, but Croissant's gonna go low early. He'll get healed up by Big Juice on the Baptiste. She's been playing absolutely fantastically as of late. Jumpany is gonna get the first kill on the Hawkshaw though. Wizard Beast gonna try to wall everyone off, but it's just not enough as everyone can walk around it. Brad is gonna try to jump using those exo boots into the pit, but he's gonna go down. 4-3 Havoc. They're gonna take this objective first, and they're gonna get some capture percentage.
If I'm Catalyst here, I'm looking for a true regroup, something to really get behind, and then you gotta play off of Wizard Beast's walls if you're gonna be running the Mei here. You have to be very proactive and play faster than your opponent in this sort of situation, especially with the Reaper being able to out-sustain and damage you in the long run.
Very true. 4-3 Catalyst, they are going to try to come back on its objective. But Jumpany's frozen up. Is going to get kept up by Big Juice. What a fantastic immortality kill from her. Croissant, however, is going to get 2 on the other end of things. It's massive. All the damage from Croissant is just too much. And 4-3 Catalyst, they have to go back to the drawing board. 4-3 Havoc is up at 40%.
Jumpany is going to be having that shatter as well as Dacus with the beat just in case things go wrong. Big Juice could be looking to take just a little bit more space, or at least one side of these chokes with the amplification matrix. The wall used a little early for Havoc.
Yeah, there's the wall going to come out. Wizard Beast not going to accomplish a whole lot. There's a shatter! It's huge! From Jumpman, he's going to get 4. The beat from Midnight Mare is going to keep everyone up, but it's just not enough because Croissant is using that Death Blossom, and that is a lot of damage. Croissant will go down to Me98, but of course, still just not enough. As Sino is going to go off the edge of the map. And that's another fight won for 4-3 Havoc. They're up at 80% and counting.
And they're going to stagger Me98 as much as possible, not letting them get their mech back in any way, but they will get a wall onto Jumpany.
They're going to get a wall off. Bang is going to get the first kill on the Me98, and the eat from that Game Boy is massive on the Wizard Beast Blizzard. That's exactly what you need. That's clutch, and Croissant is cleaning up. He has 3 kills. Look at all the damage. 4-3 Havoc. Is anyone going to be able to touch? Me98 will be able to, but it looks like that's going to be the only thing that can be said. Bomb's going to come out, but Me98 is going to go down just like that. Is anyone else going to be able to touch? Maybe Hawkshaw will be able to on the ball, but he can't do it. 4-3 Havoc. They're going to take map number 1 and go up 1-0 in the series.
An absolute crazy display. The Reaper pick coming in absolutely massive from Croissant. And we've been saying his name all game, but it's just he's doing so much work. You cannot deny. The shatter coming in from Jumpany, setting him up beautifully.
Yeah, I got to agree. Croissant is putting in so much damage, and that right there is a statement from 4-1-3 Havoc. They're not going to go down easy, and 4-3 Catalyst, they're going to have to be careful, or else they are risking getting mopped up by 4-3 Havoc here.
it's definitely something that that they need to reevaluate. And now maybe Catalyst just isn't a first map team. Maybe we need to, maybe they need to readjust their strategy and put Meme 98 back on the main tank. Or I don't know what they've been practicing. Maybe this is a permanent change, but we'll have to see how it works out.
Yeah, very true. We are going to be heading into map number 2, but before that, we are going to be heading into a quick intermission. Before we do that, though, make sure if you're not already followed, hit that follow button because of 413 followers, we are going to be doing a Blizzard Balance giveaway. $41.30. You can use that for anything in the Blizzard store. Besides that, make sure you check out our socials down below. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube, that's 413e.com/YouTube. Go to there, subscribe to the YouTube as well. We got that Twitter and the Instagram down below. If you wanted to go give those guys a follow, you will not miss a single instant of content from this channel. That being said, we are going to be heading into a quick intermission, so we will see map 2 on the other side of that. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, one and all. We are about to head into map number 2 of this series. We got 413 Havoc, we got 413 Catalyst, and we are going to head into everyone's favorite. It's Kings Row. I'm glad we get to play this map today.
Absolutely. Taking a look at Kings Row, the epitome of what we would consider balanced Overwatch. I absolutely love this map design. It really allows for some straight up good quality mechanical and strategic Overwatch. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I got to agree. I mean, King's Row is like everyone's favorite map. Like, if you ask me what my favorite map was, I would say it's King's Row. And I feel like a lot of people share that sentiment because, especially in a brawl meta like this, it gets pretty chaotic and it's pretty damn fun. So that that being said, Hawkshaw is on this Winston right now, but they are on attack, so I think that will probably change relatively soon. But yeah, other than the brawl, do you think we're gonna see any special strats here?
I would be interested to see what they're going to do in regards to the May walls coming out from Bang. However, taking a look at the composition from Catalyst, it could just be a little bit of casting trolling, but this could be an interesting setup. So we
Yeah,
do
he's
have
gonna go over to
Me98.
Zarya.
We do have Me98 sitting on the main tank, starting at the top for scouting purposes, I assume.
Yeah, Hawkshaw was teasing us with the monkey, did end up going to the Zarya, so we are gonna have to wait another day to see monkey. But that being said, these teams are wasting no time as Me98 is just getting sped directly onto this point, and Bang is trying to take pot shots from the back line. Jump Penny and his squad are forced to just back up behind this hotel area, and both teams are just kind of kiting right now. Trying to conserve shields, trying to conserve abilities, and just like that, speeding on his Catalyst. And they're forced into this tiny little room as both Reinhardts are actually going to go down, that being Me98 and Jump Penny. But Croissant is the third to fall to Karsu. That's a huge kill from him. As now, 4-1-3 Catalyst, they're on this point. Dak is trying his best to stall it out, but it's just not going to be enough because that's going to be fight number 1. Going the way of 4-1-3 Catalyst, and they're going to be able to push this card into Street's face.
That was a beautiful aggression from both Me98 as well as their Lucio player Rad. Rad getting a little bit over aggressive, I'd say, kind of peeking onto both Bang and Dacus inside of that main, but just trying to get some scouting, I am sure. The main tank battle is absolutely real, though. The exchange of the hammer swings.
There's the tire.
The block shatter from Me98.
There's the tire going to come out, but it's going to get blocked. But there's the blizzard as well from Bang. Everyone is frozen up. Me98 is going to go down first. And 4-1-3 Catalyst, they just don't have the Reinhardt. They're going to be forced to back up. But just as I say that, Jump Penny goes down too. Neither team has a Reinhardt as of right now. Wizard Beast is so low. They're going to try to chase him, but it just won't be enough. But Rad is going to get Dacus. Lucio on Lucio. That's huge. Karsu is going to get Croissant as well. And now Catalyst can take even more space. They have their Reinhardt back now. They're going to be able to take all of this space as Jump Penny is still just getting back to his team. And they're still down in numbers right now. There's the window is going to come up for Big Juice, but the Shatter's massive for Me98. Is anyone going to be able to follow up? It doesn't look like it. The beat is going to come up from both sides. Me98 goes down. It looks like 4-3 Havoc is just getting the better of these picks. Bang gonna get Wizard Beast as well. And just like that for 1-3 Catalyst, they gotta go back to spawn.
And that was an absolute crazy exchange of ultimates, and I kind of lost track, to be completely honest with you. But now that things have kind of settled down, we see that Havoc has control of the bookstore corner, and the cart is looking to be stalled out for the time being. But the coal will come out from Midnight Mare to start something. Me98 seeing Croissant's Reaper just standing up the high ground, being forced to raid out.
The grab's gonna come out from Hawkshaw. It's gonna catch a few, but the Blizzard to counter from Bang as Jump Penny is gonna catch a couple. Croissant with the Death Blossom, not gonna catch a whole lot, but that's just enough to force 4-3 Catalyst to back up. They're gonna have to come in for another fight. They're gonna have to try again.
Wizard Beast does have a tire coming into this, but I'd say the Jump Penny with its shatter could be a little bit more impactful here. We'll have to see how Wizard Beast, positions themselves to get the maximum value out of this very crucial ultimate in this fight, if they decide to use it.
Yeah, very crucial here. There's the window from Big Juice. She's gonna try to put a lot of damage here onto the opponent. But they're just going to kite it. 4-on-3 Catalyst, they're just going to back up, and they're going to come back in when that window's down. And now, hard shielding is B98 trying to come around this corner. There's the wall from Bang, not going to catch anyone else. He's going to have to put it down just as quickly as it went up.
Croissant's just sitting here dealing so much damage to the backline, just completely uncontested.
There's the wall from Bang, not going to catch anyone, but the Shatter's huge. It's going to catch 3. Is anyone going to be able to follow up? The Shatter on the other end, I think it's even more massive. It's going to catch 4 from Me98. It's huge. But Hawkshaw's grab gets eaten by Dak Gameboy. It's huge. Plays are going, amazing plays going back and forth, I should say. The 4-on-3 Catalyst is getting the better of it. Off the back of Wizard Beast's 2K tire, 4-on-3 Catalyst, they're going to comfortably push this point into third.
4-1-3 Catalyst, keeping that aggression. The beat is in Rad's hands. Nightmare with the cull. Might see an early pop from Midnightmare just to keep the tempo going and make sure that they can take this corner without any issues.
They're going to take this corner. There is the Coalescence from Midnightmare. Look at all this damage and all that healing she's putting out here. And they're going to push up. No one is on this cart. Look, Dakis is actually on the cart. I think he's going to try to contest it. But just no one's on it right now. And now they're just remembering about it, of course.
Dakis
That Dakis is found. Unfortunately, he's going to try to contest for as long as he can, but it's going to be for naught because he's going to go back to spawn and he's going to have to rejoin the rest of his team.
Dakis doing a super spy's work and being really stealthy about that, but the cart will continue to move. This time bank still looking impressive for 4-1-3 Catalyst. The Windows stopping their aggression, and then this freeze getting them off the cart. The Shatter coming in with frozen.
Jump Penny! The Shatter's huge. Everyone is so low for the side of a Catalyst. Jump Penny, he saw that Me98 was about to get frozen, and he took good advantage of it. Shattering 4. Both of these Reinhardts have been going back and forth with these Shatters. Absolutely massive. That is what you love to see on King's Row.
Wizard Beast again with the tire. Croissant with the Death Blossom. And not much else really to speak of except for Dak Gameboy's possible self-destruct coming into this.
There's a tire from Wizard Beast. Croissant is going to dodge it though, and he's going to take the 1v1 and Croissant's going to win it. Look at that place over there. There's the Shatter, is going to catch 3 from Jump Penny again! Jump Penny, the man, just builds up a Shatter so fast, lays it down. That's another huge one that I'd like to highlight. Croissant's play there? He tried to get tired. He almost got tired, dodged it with Wraith Form, and then took the 1v1 against Wizard Beast and crushed him. I don't know, a Wizard Beast kind of got diffed there, for being honest.
It was a hard 1v1 to win whenever Reaper's putting shotgun shells straight in your face.
True, true. There is the Shadow from Me98. Not going to catch anything, but Midnightmare's got the Coalescence. She's going to try to keep everyone up, which she will. Rad's going to go low, but won't die. Wizard Beast with a kill onto Big Juice. You're going to miss your BAP in this sort of comp. But 4-3 Havoc back the other way is going to catch 2 kills. Hawkshaw on Dakis, Jump Penny on Midnightmare. Picks are going back and forth, but when picks go back and forth, you got to say the spawn advantage goes to the defenders.
And now looking at that Catalyst's roster right now, the Hawkshaw does have the Graviton Surge and Karsu sitting on his High Noon, and then Bang with the freeze might be used to counter both of these ultimates. Actually using as an aggressive push to keep them on the cart. A little bit conservative of a throw, if I'm being honest, but they will just be able to kite it out with Rad's speed boost.
Oh, Hawkshaw's grab is huge, but the beat from Dak is keeping everyone up, but Jump and he goes down, and Dak Gameboy is demeched here. Both tanks down. Now 4-3 Catalyst, it looks like they've opened the door, but 4-3 Havoc, they're getting picks. Croissant is down, but Wizard Beast and Midnightmare both gonna get picks with their ultimates. Midnightmare with another kill with the Coalescence, putting in so much damage, so much residual damage here. 4-3 Catalyst, they've broken it open. They're heading for this next point, but they are in overtime. They cannot step off this card.
Yeah, Jumpany with a desperate attempt to try to contest the card. The Shatter coming in from Me98 to put the nail in the coffin as they push the card 0.03 meters away, trying to get Bang off, and they do, and they will cap with no time left in the bank.
Yeah, 0 seconds left. in the time bank. However, 4-3 Catalyst, they can, I wouldn't say that they can rest easy, but it's always nice to complete the objective no matter how much time you have left. Now, let's look at the situation for 4-3 Havoc. They have to complete the map, of course. However, if they can do it with over a minute in the time bank, 4-3 Catalyst, they don't get any time. So, Havoc, they're gonna look to have a fast attack here.
It's crazy to think about because Catalyst still had an insanely fast attack, all things considered. The first point was captured in relatively no time at all. Still, I believe it came down to 1.5 fights, if anything, with with Rad leading the charge on the Lucio. But now, seeing the Catalyst on the defensive side, we'll have to see if they can either counter engage like they've been doing to keep the tempo up, or if they're going to just kite out the resources coming out from Havoc.
We're gonna see what they can do. Both of these teams, not quite on the mirror match, but it's pretty close. Karsu is on that McCree, Croissant on the Reaper, Hawkshaw on the Zarya, but on the other end of things, Dak Gameboy on that Diva. So we're gonna see what 4-3 Havoc can do on their attack here.
And off to the races they go. The start of 413's Havoc's first push. Looks like they're going to be taking it straight up the main. The wall is a little bit butchered there from Wizard Beast, but the good wall set up from Bang.
Oh, but Me96 goes down. A great wall from Bang is going to keep him from the rest of his team. Now Havoc has been able to take some space. Croissant gets Hawkshaw, that's both tanks down, and that is not what you want to see for 4-3 Catalyst. As looks like we had a disconnect here, going into a bit of a pause. Bang, it looks like there's a little bit of a connection issue for that. That's unfortunate, because when Bang comes back into the game, he is going to have 0 ult charge.
I do believe sometimes it does allow for the ult charge to stay, depending on. I think how fast. I think if it's the same player coming in, that the ult charge will stay the same. I'm not 100% on that, but it does look like a complete DC. So if they do have no ult charge, that is going to be unfortunate. But I believe the team can kind of carry their weight for the meantime, and we'll just have to see how they play tempo wise.
Yeah,
because that was a very fast attack.
Yeah, of course, not the end of the world. So, of course, that's unfortunate when you get an ult taken away from you. But, you know, not a massive deal, because there's some pretty good ult charge to go around for the side of 4-3 Havoc here. Hopefully we can get Bang back rather quickly here. Looks like there he is right there. Bang will be able to get in here very shortly.
Okay, and we are going to resume this game.
Here we go. Bang is back into the lobby. He will have 0% ult charge, which is unfortunate. But again, not the end of the world considering 4-3 Havoc. They're not guaranteed to get this one, but they're looking pretty good.
Oh, Catalyst taking advantage of the DC and going to take one last fight.
Oh, jumping down there with the down. Me96, or Me98 I should say, going down as well. Wizard Beast down, Karsu down, all courtesy of that window from Big Juice. That's massive from her. And now, 4-3 Havoc, they can head into Streets phase. Big Juice is going to push this cart all by herself.
413 Catalyst donating to the charitable organization known as 413 Havoc, giving them quite a lot of ult charge to make up for Bang's disconnect. So I do believe that they are going to be able to keep a very strong hold on this on this corner right here where Jumpini is playing. He does have the Shatter, and if he is able to outplay MB98...
Oh, look at the wall! The wall's huge, but it's not quite able to take him out. Oh, the Shatter Jumpini is going to get cancelled, though! It's huge! The window from Rad is going to keep everyone off this objective, as Croissant is going to try to get out with his life. Which it looks like he will with the help of that TP. So, Jumpini goes down, but the rest of the members of Havoc are all alive, and there's plenty of ults to go around if you're 4-3 Havoc. Going into this fight, there's a lot of ults on both sides.
Absolutely, this is going to be an absolute massacre depending on how it's played. But starting out with the bomb and the
That
wall.
He's gonna catch Rad. Croissant as well with the ult. The shatter from Me96 is gonna catch a lot of people, but there's no one there to follow up as Wizard Beast Blizzard is gonna get eaten up, gobbled up, I should say, by Dak Gameboy. And 4-3 Havoc, they're pushing this card comfortably through second point.
That Game Boy, I believe, has eaten at least 2 Blizzards now on that Diva, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's been a lot of eaten ultimates thus far. There's the Deadeye from Karsu. But it's gonna get frozen up, and Bang is gonna catch him out. Bang's on the backline. He's causing havoc. Another ult eaten by Dak Gameboy. He's gonna eat Hawkshaw's grab. That's huge. 4-3 Havoc. They're cleaning up this objective. Dak Gameboy is gonna tack another couple of kills on as well. That guy going crazy, able to negate 2 ultimates in as many fights.
If you are 4-1-3 Havoc, you are absolutely loving Dak Gameboy right now, making your lives so easy. Whenever the enemy tries to resist, you just press the right mouse button and go, nope, I don't think so today.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial when you can just negate an enemy ultimate, especially one as powerful as Grab is. There's the window from Big Juice, but the beat from Midnight Mare is going to keep everyone up. Now, Jump Penny, both Ryan's just going to start to kite this, but the Shatter is going to catch Midnight Mare, is going to catch Wizard Beast from Jump Penny. And 4-3 Havoc, they're still cleaning up. They got 4 minutes and 15 seconds on this clock, and they're nearing the objective.
It looks like it's going to be a convincing cap from Havoc. What can Catalyst do to contest this? The bomb coming in, they have to shield it somehow. Wizard Beast does go down. Croissant taking out Me98. There's no one left to contest this card except for a Midnight Mare and a desperate ball from Hawkshaw going down. And Karsu left all alone, no damage to be found. And they, the 4-1-3 Havoc, will capture.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to capture this third point. 3 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. That is, in fact, greater than 1 minute, which means 4-3 Catalyst, they don't get any more time. That is unfortunate because that means 4-3 Havoc, they've got 3 minutes 48 seconds to cap a single tick on King's Row.
It is going to be a run for their money, to say the least. And I'm interested to see how each team responds to this sort of desperate situation. And it looks like the 4-1-3 Havoc are just ready to brawl it out, ready to continue what they do best, putting that Bang on the main, Croissant on the Reaper. Croissant dealing extreme damage for his team. And for the defense, the 4-1-3 Catalyst, Rad opting to go for the Zenyatta, which could be able to burst some targets down in incredible fashion with that Wizard Beast Junkrat and Karsu on the McCree. We could see a lot of shield break coming out, and then if discorded properly, the team from 4-1-3 Havoc could crumble. And with the defensive ultimate of Transcendence, it could prevent any crazy deaths by a Shatter and or a Freeze.
Yeah, Rad is going to be on this Zenyatta, which I think most people would consider to be that guy's signature hero. So if they're going to be able to defend at any point, it's going to be here. And 4-3 Havoc, they're just sticking to what they know with the just like I say that Rad with a pick on the Big Juice early. That's huge. That's going to force 4-3 Havoc to back up. They're going to have to try again. Not that they're too pressed for time though. They got 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
I will say, Catalyst's posturing a little bit aggressive here. If you're Catalyst, you don't want to play as aggressive as you're pushing here. Yes, you may have the damage, but you do not want to be overextended and get walled off.
Yeah, true. Considering a little bit of a lack of heals, of course, the Zenyatta doesn't do a whole lot from them. Dak is getting a Me98. Hawkshot going down as well. It looks like this is the end for 4-1-3 Catalyst. Because, well, there are no members alive for 4-3 Catalyst, and 4-3 Havoc. They're going to take King's Row, they're going to take map number 2, and they're up 2-0 in this series.
That was an outstanding display.
Play of the game.
Let's see how Big Juice performed in this play of the game.
Yeah, Big Juice putting out so many heals for her team. Just look at this damage. Look at the value here. I think this was what we just saw, in fact. A clean team wipe. And, well, this is the 4-1-3 Havoc we saw last week. This is the team that we saw take down the reigning champions WVU Mountaineers. If anyone here thought that that was a fluke, as of right now, I think these guys are proving everyone wrong. They took down the reigning champions, and now they're up 2-0 against 4-1-3 Catalyst, who I think a lot of they were last season known as 4-1-3 Hailstorm, I should say. One of the stronger teams in the tournament as well. So 4-1-3 Havoc proving that there are no slouches this season.
Absolutely. 413 Havoc coming in with a fervor and really setting up for the rest of the season with outstanding flying colors. 413 Catalyst, they've got a little bit to pick up, but it's not that their attempts are not there. The execution is just a little bit lacking. I think that their aggression needs to be met with tempered play as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That being said, map 3 is coming up soon, but in between now and then, we're gonna have an intermission, as we of course always do, between maps. And before we go on that intermission, I should say, of course, we're doing that giveaway. We're doing a Blizzard balance giveaway, $41.30. Once we get to that 413 follower mark. So, if you want in on that, hit the follow button. Get your friends, your family to hit that follow button as well. Anyone you can muster to hit that follow button, and you could possibly win that. Last week, we did see Dr. Foxter won that the $30 Blizzard balance giveaway for 300 followers. And so, it could be you. It could be you when we hit 413 followers. That being said, we are heading into an intermission, so without further ado, we will see you guys on the other side of that. Don't leave. Hello everyone, we are heading into map number 3 of this series, 413 Havoc versus 413 Catalyst. Our all 413 matchup for the week. And things, as of right now, are looking a little bit one-sided. If we're being honest here, 413 Havoc is looking really, really good right now. They took down, last week, the reigning champions of this tournament, WVU Mountaineers, in a 3-2. These guys are no slouches, and now they're showing up again. They want to prove right here and right now that that was not a fluke, and they want to look to put the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, the 413 Havoc squad is got to be feeling really good right now after beating 413 Catalyst in King's Row, the epitome of what is a brawl map. So the rest of these maps should just be smooth sailing for them. If I'm 413 Catalyst, I'm maybe possibly looking into some alternative compositions, possibly, which I believe that they are actually going to be running. Taking a look at 413 Catalyst's lineup as of right now, we have the Me98 on the Sigma and Hawkshaw on the Hog, and Wizard Beast with Midnight Mare on the Pharmacy and Synox on the Echo. Now Rad is kind of undetermined, and we will see if
I think
they...
he's gonna go to the Zenyatta, maybe.
Very possible.
Yeah.
It's very
Or
good to
Ana,
run
yeah.
kind of a poke-based... actually, this double aerial composition is really good for taking the high ground and really abusing the spaces that you can fly around and get so much cover in these tight corridors.
Very true. We did say that 413 Catalyst probably wants to look into some alternate compositions, and it looks like they're doing just that. On the other end of things, 413 Havoc, they're sticking with their same old, same old. They've of course got that Ryan Diva, the Reaper, they got the McCree, they've got the Lucio Bab. Nothing's changed over there, and we're gonna see if that can work out for them.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it looks like Hawkshaw will begin the engagement, but gets stunned out by Bang.
Hassan is gonna finish off that kill, and that game was gonna get Wizard Beast as well. Both of them are gonna head right back to spawn. But the rest of the team's gonna be waiting for them to head in again.
This is not going very well for Catalyst right now. I think they're just a little bit disjointed. Hawkshaw going in before the double aerial is ready to follow up with his disruption.
Yeah, looking to take this high ground up here. Me98 is gonna try to take it. Hawkshaw as well on the ball now. Going to go down to Bang though. He got stunned up. That's a second time in as many fights. That's not exactly what you want from your ball player. You want that disruption. You don't want him to go down early. And that being said, it looks like Catalyst are just going to go right back to spawn. Without your Wrecking Ball, it's kind of difficult to push in. It's kind of difficult to take space. Hawkshaw is now alive, and he's going to try to take this backline push. Looking to not get flashbanged again here.
Rad does have that nano boost as well as Midnight Mare with the Valkyrie. We could see a good support push coming out, which starts with Midnight Mare's Valkyrie, making sure that they enable those aerials to do their work.
And Rad's gonna go down to Croissant. That is not the pick you want. Me98 as well going to go down. Hawkshaw just trying his best, but Bang's gonna stun him out. That's gonna be all she wrote for Hawkshaw. As 413 Catalyst, they're struggling right now. It really looks like 413 Havoc has their number. It looks like they've gotten into their heads a little bit. And, well, 413 Catalyst, they gotta think of something soon, or they're gonna be looking at a clean sweep.
They are moving the cars slowly but surely, but Jump Penny is there to prevent any more progression. The nano boosted Synox Shatter does come through, but it's not enough. Jump Penny stays strong and blocks the second Synox Shatter. The Echo Copy will be taken down.
Oh! Jump Penny is gonna get him. He's gonna catch him out with the pin. And there's still 5 members left for the side of 4-3 Havoc, so it's not like they're down on players or anything of the sort. However, Croissant is a slow Reaper, so it's going to take him a little bit to get back. There's the mines going to come out from Hawkshaw, but the bomb from Dak Gameboy is going to catch Wizard Beast in the middle of his ult. Press Q to go back to spawn, unfortunately. The bomb from E98 not going to catch anything. It looks like he did that just to get back into his mech. 4-3 Catalyst, they just look so boomed right now. They just cannot get any momentum. Hawkshaw almost going down too. They've got 40 seconds left on the clock, but just as I say that, Dacus is going to go down to Hawkshaw. So that's a little glimmer of hope from them right now.
Yeah, 4-3 Catalyst is making some moves, but it just looks like they're disjointed. They don't really know when to push, when to support their team. Whenever Psyducks was in there with the Reinhardt being nano boosted, the team was nowhere to be found.
There's a nano boost from Brad. Who's that gonna hit? It's gonna hit Midnight Mare, actually. I don't know how that happened, but the Shatter from Jump Penny is gonna catch 2. It's both tanks. Croissant catching Sino. Bang, gonna get Midnight Mare as well. And just like that, 4-3 Havoc. The members, they're just cleaning off the members of 4-3 Catalyst. Me98, the only one left to touch. It looks like Rad is going to be able to get a final touch on here on Lucio, but it's just not going to be enough. Sino as well, going to get on with the Tracer. Hawkshaw too, with 4-3 Havoc. They're just rolling. They're cleaning off these members. Hawkshaw getting oh so low, and he'll go down too. Sino going down. There's just too many ults from the side of 4-3 Havoc. And they're going to complete this defense. 4-3 Catalyst, they did not make it. They did not make it to first point.
0-0.
That was very hard to watch if you are a 4-1-3 Catalyst fan. They absolutely did their best, and they just came out a little bit disjointed. They're going to have to go to the drawing board again in order to think of a way to full hold this particular point of Rialto against an onslaught of a well-executed brawl from 4-1-3 Havoc.
Yeah, no one has seemed to be able to crack the code of this brawl for 4-1-3 Havoc. And they gotta feel real happy about that defense on Rialto, because if we're just thinking about last week, the exact same thing happened to them at the hands of WVU Mountaineers. They got held on Rialto to not even the first point. And being able to do the same to another team, that's going to make you feel pretty good if you're 4-3 Havoc. And now, if they're able to get further, I should say, than 4-3 Catalyst, they're going to win the series.
Looks like 4-1-3 Catalyst opting to play the exact same comp. I wonder exactly how they plan on executing it here. Hawkshaw really needs to be in communication with the rest of his DPS in order to get maximum value out of his slams. But the Havoc team is going through Bridge to take an early engage that they were not expecting.
Well, Me98 gets demeched early, but Sino is going to get banged. So a little glimmer of hope here. Big Juice's Immortality Field is going to go down. But Hawkshaw in the front lines, trying to get something done, will not get stunned up this time, which is always great for a ball player. Me98, they're trying to give him as much time as physically possible to get his mech back. He's 80% up to it, and he's very close to getting back into that mech, which it looks like he will.
Hawkshaw was able to get the DMX onto Dak Game Boy and is going back in for some more punishment. Barely able to get out with half HP. Midnight Mare will go down to Croissant. How does that happen?
Down, that's catastrophic. Sino's gonna go down as well. Wizard Beast too. All the dominoes are falling, and it's not going the way of 4-1-3 Catalyst. Tanks are left on. Me98 is on the brink of getting demeched, and Hawkshaw is extremely low right now. They're hunting him down, and they will get him. Midnight Mare will res up Rad, but that's just 2 lonely supports against the world. 3 meters, 2 meters to go. Rad is going to try to stall this out. The pharmacy is there, but Croissant is just cleaning up. 2 meters left. As now the stalls are just coming through for 4-3 Catalyst. 0.16 meters left to go. Big Juice is going to get a kill. Croissant's going to get a kill, and that is all she wrote. 4-1-3 Havoc takes map number 3. They take Rialto. They take the series in a dominant 3-0.
You're feeling really good if you're 4-1-3 Havoc. Absolutely crushing it in the amount of stable play that you've been able to consistently put out throughout this series.
Yeah, if you're 4-3 Havoc, you feel really good, especially getting that last map win on Rialto after having it go more than slightly awry last time they played it. That's got to be a breath of fresh air, and 4-3 Havoc, they've proven to be one of the stronger teams in this tournament so far.
And you know what? They are continuing to show up and upset the established setup for this tournament so far. And I can expect a lot of great things throughout the rest of this entire tournament as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the next order of business, of course, we need to figure out an MVP. So, that being said, there are a couple standout members of 4-3 Havoc that I really want to point out. Those being the tanks, Jump Penny and Dak Gameboy. Those two were on all night. Like, Dak Gameboy, again, there was that one fight on King's Row. The guy eats Blizzard, and he gets 2 kills on top of it, and then eats Grav in the very next fight. And the guy's just all over the place, providing so much support for his teammates. And Jump Penny, do I even need to mention massive shatters left and right? But I want to hear your opinion. What do you think, your Barrel?
I'm tending to agree. Unfortunately, I wish I could say something to the contrary. Although that Croissant was playing to his strengths and absolutely showing that he deserved the MVP the last time. The true highlights of this game, I believe, do belong to the tanks, or at least the tank category. But if I had to narrow it down to one, Dak Game Boy definitely came in clutch, eating not only 2 entire blizzards, but a graviton surge, and I'm sure multiple high noons. The man had excellent cooldown pressure, or rather, um, knowing how to cycle his abilities very well in order to keep his team in the fight and keep it alive in order for him to reach the finish line and get that victory.
I can't help but agree. I think we got to give the MVP to Dak Gameboy. The guy put on a huge performance today, and I think that's what we got to say. If you don't have any more arguments for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can drag him in here in just a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna see very shortly if we can get him in here, which we can. That Game Boy, the man, the myth, the legend.
Whoa.
Man, thank you for coming out and giving us an interview first and foremost.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
All right, wonderful. And I gotta ask, that was a pretty dominant victory, if I do say so. How are you feeling after that?
I'm shaking. That was probably one of my best performances I've had in a while.
Yeah, I do not blame you for being shaky. That was a memorable performance, if I do say so myself. Plenty of ultimates eaten, plenty of kills going your way. That was absolutely fantastic. And well, now you guys have 2 victories under your belt. Where do you guys see yourself in terms of the teams in this tournament? Where do you think you're at, like the top of the standings, middle of the pack? What do you think?
I think we rank around the top. I don't know too much about many of the other teams. I'm not much of a scouter, but I like to think that I have a lot of trust in my team that we are significantly more prepared than a lot of the other teams around. And I think we're gonna do amazing going forward.
All right, awesome. I was gonna say, you did get MVP here today because your performance was absolutely fantastic. Um, if you wanted to give shout outs to any of your teammates for helping you with this fantastic performance, who would you give some shout outs
Oh
to?
my god, where do I begin, dude? I want to get big shout outs to my supports. Big Juice pockets me so hard so I can save my DM all the time. And also, I definitely want to give props to Dacus and Adam for helping with tracking whenever they're in. That always helps, so I know when I should be positioning well. Yeah, those are the 2 big ones. And then everyone on my team does really well at helping support me and making sure I can do my job.
Awesome. You always gotta love a team that can support you, and you always gotta love a humble man such as yourself. Uh, but Beryl, do you have any questions for the man? Anything you want to know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dak Game Boy. Um, I was gonna say that your performance on King's Row was outstanding, to say the least. I mean, you would be hailed as a hero if you were in Overwatch League standards, eating the amount of ultimates that you did. And to that end, so you said that your supports were able to keep you up so that you could manage that cooldown under the defense matrix. So adding on to that a little bit more, have you been practicing that particular instance, and what do you have to say for anyone aspiring to be a little bit better at knowing how to counter graviton surges as a diva? How to know, like, do you have this instinct, or
Hmm.
did you just get lucky? What do you have to say on that?
So there's a few big things there. As far as my team goes, the big thing is that a lot of my, especially with my supports, I feel like I'm playing with them for a while, so I have gained a lot of trust in like knowing where they're going to be positioned and like their sight line, and that's really big. And as far as trying to eat ultimates, the two biggest things I've learned is that you need to look for some key signs that a lot of players tend to do when they're good at ultimate, and your positioning. So, like for a lot of Zaryas, they tend to they don't they start to reload and they walk forward. That is the biggest thing that says they're going to grab. And I know that even if you're a Zarya player, you can notice when you're doing this habit, and that's how I know I should be ready to DM. And
Okay.
another one is that if you can try to DM from out of line of sight, it does make them in a false sense of security so you can get that eat. Those are my two biggest ones.
Okay. I think that that's some really good advice for anyone aspiring to either pick up diva or to maybe improve their current diva play. So thank you for that. One more thing that I've got to ask you before we can let you go is you're coming off the high of this win. Moving forward, what do you think is your absolute strengths, and what do you think that others need to be looking out for in the coming days?
Well, I feel like my strength is always in a positioning game. And my team is really good about also helping me out with that. And like just on an overall team standard, I think we're really adaptable, and we tend to come up with a lot of we tend to strategize a lot on the fly as well as a lot of pre-planning, and that helps us get a lot of faster rotations and faster decision making going forward.
Very good, sir. So adaptability is definitely in the name of the game, even whenever you're playing a very similar comp through most of the time. So thank you so much for taking your time. I would like you to go and enjoy the rest of your night with your team. Enjoy a well-earned win, and thanks for coming out and to talk to us.
Thank you, and have a good night, guys.
You as
Have a
well,
good
man.
night. All right, and that being said, we are done for today. That's both of our games done for today. I hope you guys, everyone in chat today, enjoyed watching these games, of course. And well, if you haven't already, hit that follow button, of course. Um, and once we get to that 413 follower mark, we're gonna be doing a giveaway. I don't believe we made it there today. However, in the next few coming days, make sure you hit the follow button. You will be eligible to receive that $41.30 Blizzard balance. And before we leave, of course, wanted to look at a couple things. We should probably look at the standings and fixtures. Of course, looking at the fixtures first here. Of course, we did just see 413 Havoc go up against 413 Catalyst. 3-0 for 413 Havoc. Earlier today, we saw UNew Haven Varsity go up against 413 Riot. That ended in a 3-1 for UNew Haven. Earlier this week, we had 413 Nightshade go up against UAH Charger Blue. That was an absolute thriller, going right down to the wire, 3-2 for 413 Nightshade. And later this week, tomorrow actually, specifically, we got the Potatoes versus Bad at Overwatch and Ascent versus WVU Mountaineers. And that being said, uh, let's look at the standings really quick. Um, so nothing much has changed since last time we looked at them. Of course, teams who won today, we have 4-3 Havoc, 4-3 Nightshade, sharing that 2-0 record up at the top of the standings. So both those teams should feel pretty happy about themselves right about now. And anyway, that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in. Beryl, do you have any closing remarks for everyone?
I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and don't forget that we are trying to make sure that we get you all of this content, that if you do miss it on stream, we want to be able to have a place to archive it for the meantime. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel at 413e.com/YouTube. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in, and let's keep going with this tournament. Let's keep having some great games, and I will see you guys next time.